see. What's up?
I'm just ad-libbing guys. I have no idea what this song is.
This is so good. I thought of it.
Is Sam running a freestyle on LDF?
Welcome, everybody. This is the LDF
I'm just
podcast,
thrashing my shoulders.
the long distance friendship podcast.
Friendship, thrash.
This is a real long distance one. I'm here in Austin. This is the real one. And Andrew, you are in?
I'm in beautiful Pensacola, Florida, baby.
Ooh.
Family vacay.
Yeah.
Check it out. Whole room to myself until my brother gets here tomorrow. Then I got to share with my sister. But otherwise, dude, king bed to myself until tomorrow.
Look at that Airbnb, dude.
This is just my little home away from home. This is where I come to just unplug, get away from it all.
I needed to stop living with my parents, and I thought I need a vacation with them.
Yeah, I need to go to a smaller shared space with my entire family.
I feel like your family doesn't use Airbnb. They use that Verbo or VRBO or whatever it's called.
Oh, yeah. We were like VRBO before Airbnb was the thing. We were we were ABD on VRBO. Already been done.
There we go.
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
Years before Airbnb.
Is it that old?
What's that?
Was VRBO?
Yeah, Verbo, I think. Yeah, for anyone interested, I think Verbo is a little bit older than Airbnb. Dude, check this out.
Oh wow,
I didn't even bring this.
That was here in the house.
This was here in the house. That's a 5-star right off the bat for me.
It's a Pokemon glass.
It's a child's water bottle.
Oh,
that I'm using as a tumbler.
Hell yeah. And you've got a 50-50 there. That's half Aquafina, half tap water right there.
Yeah, my mom says, don't drain that whole Dasani right now.
You got to cut it.
That's for the whole family.
That shit is way too hot. You need to cut it. Oh, man.
But family vacay.
Hell yeah. Vacation's all Wags ever wanted. Dude.
Vacation. Wags had to get away.
Dude.
First time seeing my grandparents.
Sorry. What was
What
that?
were you saying? I was saying it's the first time seeing my grandparents in a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My grandpa grew a goatee since I last saw him.
Hell yeah.
Dude, aren't you a little too old to be just figuring it out? 82 years old experimenting with facial hair.
Yeah, I think that the goatee that's like a middle-aged move.
Yeah.
Not the 70 and upward, not the golden years.
82 messing around.
82.
And it grew in all white. He straight up looks like Colonel Sanders.
God damn.
Yeah, he's Yankee Colonel Sanders.
It has the glasses,
but I get it.
Has a silk bow tie.
Oh, God, I
Spring
wish.
bow tie.
No, he's just Penn State Under Armour polo. Under Armour polo.
Of course.
He's golf polos only, bro.
Pence and Nittany Lions Under Armour golf polo.
Yeah.
A hat that says "Free Sandusky." Your
Not
grandpa.
so much him, but Gammy is low-key a Sandusky apologist, and I would never bring this up around her because she would say, well, they sent him to jail and made him sit there all alone with no shoelaces.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I love it. Your granddad's like, put him away. He's a monster. Gam.
Yeah,
Like,
my grandfather did testify against Sandusky.
okay. Yeah. Okay. Against. Gam Wagner though was like, look, free Boozy, free Sandusky.
Yeah. Free Lil TK.
Free Boozy Badass, free Sandusky.
Do you know Lil TK?
I did not. Who's TK?
He's like a 17-year-old who I think he's from the Dallas area.
Okay.
And he murdered someone in a Chick-fil-A parking lot. And then he fled from the police. And he was just on the run, bouncing from city to city. And while he was on the run, he came out with this smash hit called like On the Run or something.
Yeah.
And so while he's fleeing from the police, he's growing this huge viral following of people who are like, "Hey, free little TK." I think like God damn it, who sings Bobblehead, Bobblehead? You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
That's not even his most famous song. Anyways, he's the guy that checks for his daughter's hymen. He like
T.I.
T.I. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's
That's how I would know.
T.I.
That's how I would
Bobblehead. And invasive gynecology appointments. But, yeah, that guy like got involved and was like gonna represent him in court for this murder he definitely committed in a Chick-fil-A parking lot.
God damn.
Yeah.
What a like Robin Hood story where it's like this band of merry men on the run, you know?
Yeah.
But like not stealing and giving to the poor, instead just murdering people, for waffle fries.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the funniest thing. It's just like how like we in Texas had the blizzard and we were like had shortages, and like people in like the South were like laughing at Texans for not being able to handle the snow. And
Right.
last week, people in the South have had Chick-fil-A sauce shortages and gasoline shortages, and we're all like, "Bitch, what's up?"
Yeah. Are you gonna kill someone in the parking lot or what?
Which I don't know which one they drink more, unleaded or Polynesian sauce over there, you know?
I like to just dip the handle of the gas dispenser into the Chick-fil-A sauce and just blast it straight down my gullet.
Right? You know what I've always loved about you, man, is you try to use the word gullet as much as you're yeah. You're describing this porn to me, and you're like, she's deep gulleting this thing.
I'm at the doctor, and I'm like, now is this a rectal medicine or a gullet medicine? And he's like, well, why are those your only two frames of reference for medication?
You say anal? Is this an anal
Do I
medicine?
shove this in my bum or blast it down my gullet, doc? Give it to me straight.
They're like, say rectal, not anal.
Yeah.
And say oral, not gullet. Dude, yeah. Gullet. Hell yeah. So y'all in Pensacola visiting the grandparents Wagner.
Yeah. We triangulated. They came in from State College, Pennsylvania. I bopped over from Houston. My parents flew from Dallas. We just wanted to make sure that the travel plans were as complicated as possible.
Plus, you got a sister in Florida, so did she drive up?
No, she's been in Dallas all summer because the semester's over.
Oh, duh, it's already over.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew she was like in Orlando or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Orlando.
Living the dream.
Yes.
I always try to make fun of Florida to her. It's like, it sucks, right? And she's like, no, it's the best state ever.
Floridians love Florida, dude. They really love it. Like, Florida, I'm trying to think of something that, like, people also really, really love. Like people drink turmeric and shit now. Like,
yeah, I tried it.
Ugh, you know?
Straight turmeric.
Yeah, Florida's
down
like...
my gullet.
Yeah, turmeric straight.
Boiling hot turmeric.
Dude, yeah, people in Florida, and people you think like, oh, people who love Florida only love like South Florida, like me, John Me, you know, or like the Florida Keys or something like that. And people in Florida are like, nah, we like love Tallahassee, you know, like
yeah, we love swamp.
We love swamp. We love
Shrek land.
They just love it. They love the whole thing. They love Orlando. They love it all.
Yeah. It's so confusing to me.
Florida is a vibe.
Yeah, dude, I started reading Running the Light per your recommendation.
Yeah.
Sam Talent's smash hit novel.
Yeah.
And as we were like crossing into Florida, I was reading it, and I kept looking out the window and then reading this like terribly sad book about a self-destructive, completely isolated man, and then just looking out the window and being like, "Oh man, I'm on vacation. I am bummed the hell out instantly."
I thought you were gonna say like you're reading this book about this man who's like alone on the road, and you're like looking out the window. And it's just watching the white lines go by on the highway, and you're like, "I'm basically a road dog."
Yeah. Meanwhile, my two nephews and like half of my immediate siblings are in the car with me. I'm like, I have no one. I walk these roads alone.
Did the New York Wagners come down?
New York?
Didn't you have family in New York?
Oh, Jersey.
Jersey. Did the Jersey Wags come down?
No. No.
Damn.
Yeah, they're too busy hucking bagels at taxi cabs or whatever they do up there. They were not invited.
Yeah, dude.
No, they took over.
Yeah, man. I wonder how Chris Christie's doing. America's governor.
America's governor. Yeah, remember that picture of him during the government shutdown, where like he shut down the beach?
Oh yeah,
and then he's just like chilling out there.
I mean, that is a special privilege. Overweight on the beach, like corrupt, bloated, evil,
fat family.
Yeah, the best.
Love it.
So what you got to go skimboarding? Did you bring your rash guard?
Yeah. I like to get in. I like to get in the waves. I like to dive through them, jump over them, and get out far enough to try to body surf in. But I get winded, brother.
Dude.
Yeah, mad winded, brother.
I hope you didn't bring your skateboard because they will kill you down there for skating in Florida.
I did bring it.
Dude.
I'm going to check out the local parks.
I don't think they skate down there. I think that's not a deep south thing, dude.
Yeah, no, they're not fostering much hope into the youth. I can tell that.
You walk by in your skateboard and you're like, A-cab, dude. The 9-year-old who looks up to George Zimmerman tases you.
Oh my god. I'm standing my ground. This is self-defense.
That's what I think. I gotta be honest. But in our youth, because we, now we're adults in the 20s, but we came of age in the 10s. The three things I associate with Florida in the 10s, it's George Zimmerman getting away with murdering a child in 2013. Then there's that dude sniffing bath salts in 2011 and eating that other guy's face in Miami. Remember that?
Yeah. Florida was just like, it became hack.
Yeah, it was
Florida much.
Yeah, like they won a championship with LeBron, and then it just all went downhill like crazy.
Yeah, you used it up, Florida.
Yeah,
you should have budgeted some of that success for the years to come instead of blowing it all.
Yeah, plus like Flo Rida had already had his single with Katy Perry. That already came out what year? I think it was 2009. By that time, they were already playing. I don't know. 2009, Flo Rida and Kesha, Right Round, January 2009. Yep.
It is so funny to imagine just like a boardroom of Florida elites being like, okay, so we can divvy this up between schools, roads, getting that gator out of the orphanage, and then somebody's like, no, basketball and Katy Perry.
They're like, look, you invest in Flo Rida, and the tourism that comes from it will pay for the gators in the preschool.
Yeah, we're going to be swimming in second graders with strong self-esteem after this song comes out.
The Kids Bop royalties alone are going to be... damn. Well, I'm glad to hear that about La Famiglia Wagner.
Yep.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
It's going great.
What else has been up with you?
Well, I dropped my phone in a urinal at Bucky's on the way here. That wasn't great.
God damn, is it done for? Is it toast? Wait, no, you've been texting
That
me all
was a
day.
low point. Yeah, no, exactly. I've been using my phone a lot since that happened 2 days ago. But everyone talks about how they love Bucky's. I love Bucky's so much. I dunked my phone in the cauldron of traveler piss.
There's so much black coffee being that thick black coffee piss.
Yeah. Dropped a couple beaver nuggets down there, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
And then just like menthol, skull. What's the ones that are already preloaded? The preloaded
pouches.
Yeah.
If you get pouches, stop. All right.
Just quit, bro. Hey, take it from us. The
Fucking
dip dogs.
Fucking
Get out of the game.
Long cut like you're somebody, or don't even do it, dude.
Don't even try.
Walking around with your peach ass pouches. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, just.
Yeah.
I mean,
give me cope or give me death.
Just smoke.
Yeah. If I do any of that, I'm gonna barf for sure. Did you ever dip?
Would I ever dip?
Did you ever dip?
Like out of boredom, like twice in college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first time I blacked out drinking, I had these roommates from the Woodlands. You know how the dorms connect by a bathroom?
Oh, classic. Yeah. Woodlands kids are awful. They're great.
Yeah. So they're like, oh, dude, if you're drunk right now, you should do a horseshoe. It's going to feel so good. And
Are these guys in a fraternity?
Yeah.
See, horseshoe.
They were worse. They wanted to be in a fraternity, but they didn't end up joining any. And so they were like in their own like dorm room fraternity. And then I was also in that dorm room fraternity because I hadn't been accepted onto the improv troupe yet.
Well, let me think of what was the. I'm imagining something with "sooner" in the pun for the improv troupe. It was.
Oh, don't overthink it.
Sooner or later.
No, that's so much better. I love Bob Dylan. OUI, OU Improv.
We. That sucks, dude.
Yeah, not great.
Not
great. And hey, neither were we.
Wow, so to want to be Greek guys, because Greek life, horseshoe is like a Greek life term.
Yes.
I've never heard, like, I've never spent time, like, at the family farm in Iowa, and someone's like, put in a horseshoe, bro. Like, it's only, like, that's something like a kid from like, Woodlands College Park who's in Greek life would say, you know?
Yeah. It was you know what? This is I'm just bragging about my low points now. I dropped my phone in the Bucky's urinal.
Did you do the horseshoe?
What's that?
Did you do the horseshoe?
I did a little bit of it, and then my friend Tara, God bless her, stuck her finger in my mouth like she's trying to pull a Mike and Ike out of a toddler's throat and just scraped it out of my gums. And I was trying to fight her off, like, no, it calms my nerves. I need it.
And then she gave you, like, before you're lactose intolerant, she gave you a ham and cheese on double wheat, and you're like, this calms my nerves.
Yeah.
You are, yeah. You honey ham and Swiss.
Yeah, I like eat out the middle before the crust, and I'm like, now this is a horseshoe.
Well done. Yes, my man's got a 7-grain horseshoe here.
Yeah, you ever see like a young frat guy dipping, and they like just kind of miss the spit? Like they lean over themselves to spit, but then they just spit down. They're like white.
Yeah, it's very too much saliva and not enough dip in it, I guess. To where
Yeah, there it is. I didn't know it was.
You gotta like, I don't know how to describe it. I haven't dipped in so many years, but yeah, I don't know. I always you gotta have a spitter. Some guys like to just spit on the ground, and I feel like that's how you fuck up and spit on your foot or your leg.
Yeah.
I always used the spitter per my friend's recommendation, and the wide mouth Gatorade bottle was always like the best spitter.
Dude, Why did that give me the most intense flashbacks of like the OU library during, like, you go into the bathroom and a guy's just like cranking paper towels out of the dispenser and then shoving them into the bottom of like a sports drink bottle.
Yeah,
You just,
classic.
such a
So classic.
yeah.
Just, I remember, like, two different times. Crazy thing. I remember I used to this. I also smoked for about a semester in college.
Mhm.
Well, I smoked Parliament Lights. That's what all my friends smoked.
Attaboy.
Yeah, right. Parley Lights. And I remember like one time I was smoking a cigarette, and like at UT, there's so many international students, and like there were so many students from China, and this librarian's like, "Hey, you can't smoke on campus," and I was like, "Oh, don't worry, it's almost done." And at this point, I was like on hour 11 in the library. I did not want to deal with this guy's shit. And I was like, "Don't worry, it's almost done." And he goes, "No, you need to put it out." And I just like flicked it at his feet, and I was like, "Tell them that." And he's like, "What?" And I was like, "That's what I thought. You're not going to tell them that." And then he didn't tell these Chinese students to put their cigarettes out. I was like on wit's end. I was an asshole to that librarian.
Yeah. You
That
walk
was
out.
probably the least cool thing I did in a, or not the least cool. No, I did a lot. I was an asshole back then, but that was one of the uncool things I did back then. And then the other memory I have smoking a cigarette in front of the library was these cops. Like, there's like three cops and like a librarian, and they're all escorting this dude outside of the library. And it's this like seemingly like normal looking guy in his early 50s. I'm sorry, I can't even focus on the story. I feel bad for flicking that cigarette at that douchebag librarian.
Dude, we can get him on the pod. We can hash this beef out.
I feel bad. But I love that he was only going to pick on me because he was too timid to tell the international students to put it out. So fuck him.
Well, what if you walked out at like 3 a.m. He's just speaking like perfect Mandarin, just like chain smoking with them?
Yeah, maybe so. To paint a picture of that librarian, he looked like the overweight husband in Modern Family, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He
The
looked
one who's
just
actually
like...
gay in real life.
Oh, really?
No, I'm mistaken.
I don't know. I don't know these.
The one that looks like Van Gogh is actually gay in real life.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
There you go.
the guy looked like the other one, and the other guy. And anyways, but so you know what? My bad to that guy. Retroactively, 8 years too late, dude.
Yeah, you know what? That's what this pod's about.
So the other story, after apologizing to that guy, the other story is I'm just smoking a cigarette. It's like 11 a.m., you know, on a weekday. And these cops are like escorting this guy out, and this guy's like, "Get your fucking hands off me." And he's like 51 years old looking, and this librarian's like, "Show them your camera." And he's like, "What?" And he's like, "Show them your camera." And it's like, "I didn't take pictures of anyone." And he had like this like
Very specific.
he had this like digital camera, and the cops are like, "You can't take pictures of students without the consent." And he's like, "It's just for a blog." And he's like,
That's worse.
the librarian's like, "I thought you said you didn't take any pictures." And he's like, "I didn't. The camera's just for a blog." And like, eventually, like, I'm just eavesdropping, and he like was wandering into bathrooms and taking photos of kids, like pissing in the bathroom. Yeah, just like a complete pervert. He was like a bathroom.
It's for a blog, Sam.
Yeah, it's for a blog.
It's fine to take a picture of the opening in a guy's dick as he starts peeing if it's for a blog.
So the two times I remember smoking outside libraries, once I was really mean to a librarian, and then because I was like on day 3 of midterms without sleep on wit's end,
Yeah.
and the other one was catching a bathroom pervert getting arrested.
Yeah.
Oh, college, glory days.
These are really the best years.
Yeah, you're eating dip by accident, drunk.
Yeah. Doing improv. Ugh.
Dude, what was the worst improv scene you did in college?
Oh, I mean, just so many. Like, every bad improv scene devolves into a dance party because
Ugh.
the one thing you learn is that you need stakes and a goal, or sorry, not dance party, dance contest. It's like okay, we have no idea, we're not interesting enough or have enough life experience to create a story right now. So we are two people, we're old ladies at a hip hop dance contest. That's our character. I'm Tom Selleck, and we're at a dance party. Yeah, a dance contest. This is just the worst.
The only improv. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, please, Sam. Yeah.
The only improv show I ever went to in college was a group called Giggle Pants at UT Austin.
I was there with you for that.
What's that?
Or is Giggle Pants the main one? What about the one we saw together where we both fell in love with that guy?
Yeah, we go to two. Okay,
you tell your story first.
No. It's not. No, we're gonna skip that story. That story's not even remotely as funny as. Okay, no. So Andrew and I, this is 2 years ago. We did a show, maybe 2.5 years ago. We did a show for a nonprofit organization for that students ran.
It was an unpaid private gig.
Yes.
If for context.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Typically, private gigs imply financial compensation and a meal.
Yeah.
No. It was an unpaid private gig. You explain a little bit better.
It was for some OU Doctors Without Borders in training or something, and they had to do this fundraiser where they had a raffle, and so a silent auction. Yeah. And they had all these gift cards in the back, and you could sign up to purchase one. And so we did the show, and the idea is supposed to be that we're supposed to do stand up
while the auction goes on,
and then people can go right on the auction. And then we get to the end of the show, and only one person has purchased something at the silent auction, and it's Kent Juliff, who was on the show. He purchased a $25 Chipotle gift card for $20.
Yeah, he got more in credit than he paid for.
Yeah. Which is I guess that's the only way any of us are getting paid right now.
Which at that point, that's just free chips and queso.
Yeah. So it was a bad show.
So we did stand up we did mediocre sets to students and their parents in a UT auditorium. And then after us, there was an improv group. I don't remember what they were called.
I want to say they were called Snafu.
I think so.
And for the purposes of the story, they could just be called Snafu.
They're called Snafu for the purpose of the story. And just how Andrew's group panicked, they didn't know what to do. They just made things dance parties. When this group panicked, they made things hypersexual.
Yeah.
And look, we're not trying to shame anyone's sexual history, but these kids did not fuck. Let's be real.
Maybe one of them almost did, and it was the most talked about event of the semester for them.
For sure.
They were all riding that high mutually. It was 3 guys and 1 girl.
Yeah. They're Yo, Jackson slept with his girlfriend who goes to A&M. Whoa.
This is a short form improv show.
Dude. Yeah, they would be we need a suggestion. And one of us was a Blockbuster, they're we need a suggestion of a place that doesn't exist anymore. And someone's a Blockbuster. And then immediately they're and scene. And then immediately they're welcome to Blockbuster. And the next guy goes, and he's struggling not to laugh. He's fucking up his delivery. He goes, do y'all have any porn here? And the person at Blockbuster is no, we don't have any. And they yes. The first rule of improv is yes, and we have this. And then no, we don't have any porn here. They are doing immediately breaking the yes and rule. And then it's but first, and then immediately, I remember the girl knocks on the door. She goes, knock, knock. And I'm what?
Show, don't tell. Show, don't tell.
Exactly. Show, don't tell. She goes, knock, knock. Hey, do y'all have hentai pornography? And
They're like four friends in the audience are like, yeah,
Dude,
say what we're all too afraid to say.
dude, the medical, it was pre-med students, and they're not laughing. And it's just like me and Wagner howling in the back. We're howling, dude. We're like losing our minds. And the person is like blushing, and they're like, I don't know what hentai is. And like, it just keeps going. And then, like, immediately, like, the one with asthma runs across the scene. He's like, okay, it's cutscene. And like the next one was just like, can we get a suggestion for an activity that you do like on the weekends? And like I think like James Crod or someone was like having sex, or something like that. And they were just like, we're gonna do showering, and like and like immediately like one of them's like, man, I wish I wasn't showering alone, It was just like brutal, dude.
Another guy opens the curtain. He's like, "Do you guys have any porn here?"
Yeah,
Sick callback.
that
Sick
was
callback. That would have been so good.
the best. Welcome to Blockbuster. Do you have porn here?
Yeah. Welcome to Blockbuster. How may I fuck you?
I'll take a pack of Butterfinger BBs and sex, please.
Yeah. It also would have been super funny if the guy playing the Blockbuster clerk was just taking it super seriously. Like, no, we don't have any porn. We actually discontinued the adult section in 1989, but we do have A Knight's Tale. It's 2002. What else can I help you with?
Dude, those kids, and it wasn't just like the three guys, it was like the girl. They all were just like, penis. Like, it was like.
Yeah, the girl was definitely the horniest one.
Oh, yeah, because those guys could not take a hint. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There was one where
I just imagine she's on the phone with her older sister. Her older sister's in grad school. And she's like, "How's undergrad, like Kimmy?" And she's like, "That's okay, but you know what? I enjoyed an all-male improv troupe, so I think I'm gonna finally get laid." And 3 months later, she's like, "So I haven't gotten laid."
yeah. Been there, sis.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I don't remember. I do remember. I was just thinking about the one, like, I don't even remember the setup to the joke. They were doing one of those, like, one-liner improv games where you, like, go up and it's, like, there's some that's, like, My Love. It's a game called My Love Is, and somebody gives you a suggestion, and so the suggestion could be Blockbuster. My Love is, like, Blockbuster.
Yeah.
We used to do it every Friday night, and now we haven't in years. Yeah, that was a pretty good freestyle. But she just goes up, and the punchline to her joke is just, my ass! And
That's
she turns
right.
around and starts spanking herself. And not that it matters, I'm not trying to judge this poor 19-year-old girl, but no ass.
She's on that painkills status.
Flatter than mine, and she's just like smacking it in front of like a 110 seat college auditorium with 14 people in it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, maybe, it was like 14 people. That sounds about right.
Yeah,
like the audience number was just large enough to be an improv troupe. Like.
Yeah. I think the audience was other improv troupes waiting to go up.
Brutal. That's so embarrassing. Yeah, we left right after that because we're like, we're not.
And true, that is the best improv show I've ever been to.
The best
And
improv.
I've been to Second City.
Yeah, because, yeah, damn. So we teased it last week. Went to Big Bend National Park.
Yes.
That was a pretty cool trip, man. To the audience, I'd recommend it. Going to Big Bend, it's pretty tight. Got my nature and shit on, dude.
This was up.
Yeah, man, it was great. We drove almost 9 hours to Marfa. Checked out Marfa, and
What's the deal with Marfa?
I mean, it's nothing.
Should I go?
No. I mean, it's a place to take your girlfriend. That's it.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm trying to go to Six Flags, man.
dude, take her to Fiesta, Texas. Like, yeah.
Sorry, babe. We're Ride the Titan.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna watch Superman Tower of Power.
I'm gonna drink 3 Coke Slurpees in a row and throw up on your shoes.
I'm gonna drink so much Coke Slurpees. I'm gonna make the two. That I'm gonna make Foghorn Leghorn concern for me.
Yeah.
I say, are you all right there? Just yakking all over your Crocs. Yakking all over your Riddler Batman Crocs. Green with question marks all over them.
There's just like chunks of corn dogs shooting out through the holes in the crock. You know, those little pins, the little pog things you put through your holes.
You can feel the breading in one and the dog in another. So you drive out to Marfa, and Marfa is just like a little small. It's like there's like 2 functioning real towns that I would describe looks like a real town, with a main street and a courthouse and like a hospital and like a fire station and like a restaurant and a few businesses. And that's Alpine, which is like where the college Solrot State is, and then there's Marfa. Everything else out there is like privately owned ranches. Actually, you know what the most remarkable thing about going out there to Presidio County and Brewster County, that's the counties that Big Ben's in, is driving around. What's so fucked up is like half a second in, you're like, these are the Chisos Mountains. And you just drive on the road and there's just like barbed wire, you know, and you're like,
yeah.
There's people who own that mountain. Like,
that's so crazy.
Like, the reason why people drive across the planet to come to the national park is because they had the foresight to keep some of the mountains for the government, but like everything else outside of there is private land. So it's like, oh, that's somebody's mountain. That's insane.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, what's my net worth? A mountain.
Yeah, sure. Like, you know, I got a Tesla, but I already have a mountain. You know? Fucking insane. That blew my mind. I was like,
yeah,
damn.
I'm
like
just picturing one guy with a fence around like one mountain.
All of it is private land, dude. It goes on forever and ever and ever. There's not really like any villages out there. It's just like 3 towns that take like an hour to get to each one because there's just so much private land in between each one.
Are they farming the land, or what's up? Are they raising cattle on it?
I can't imagine. There's not enough water to grow anything or raise cattle. It's just private land to like to like use to like, I don't know, like torture people on a CIA black site or something, or like
that sounds fun.
Yeah, dude. Or like just to like
Can you get a Groupon for that?
What's that?
Can you get a Groupon for that?
Oh yeah, just called WikiLeaks.com, dude. We'll just so we drive to Marfa, and Marfa is just like a little resort town. There's like 4 extremely nice hotels with like spas and pools and like their own restaurants inside, and like you get a mud bath, full massage, acupuncture. It's like a little resort town, you know.
Did you do all that?
You can pay for it. We couldn't afford it, but we just walked by.
Okay.
We like looked inside the hotels and the pools, and they're like, if you want to swim in the pool, it's like $25 for an hour or 2. It's like
it's $25 an hour.
No joke. It's like if you're not a guest, it's like $25. It's like, oh,
and we're gonna glare at you the whole time.
No doubt. And but we just drive around this, and it's a pretty little town, and they have art galleries in there, so we just go to all the art galleries, and it's just like this is gonna sound like so elitist, but like I'm spoiled by like my parents loved art growing up, so they took me to museums a lot, and then you know I lived with Sarah for like 3 years. Like she's in the arts community, so I've been to a lot of art galleries. So even though I'm not cultured, I've seen a lot of art, and like all the art there was just like like art from like 2007. You know, like the art went to retire there, just like the people. And like,
Damn.
you're
That was
just
ice cold, dude.
what's that?
That was ice cold.
Yeah, dude. And you go out there, and it's just like people from Austin who like decided to spend their trust fund a different way and open an art gallery out there to sell the art to people from Austin with trust funds who are visiting. That's like it's a very close knit recycling money economy. Like the money change hands, but it stays in the same community.
Right.
Even though, like the money's traveling from like Travis County to Presidio County. It's an 8.5 hour drive. The money's only staying in the same households. It's very weird. And like everyone wears like Lucchese Italian boots. Everyone's dressed up like what a cowboy would be if they were like a I don't know, just like a not real cowboy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Everyone's like into this idea of like glamorizing cowboys, even though cowboys are kind of like a symbol of genocide. Like
We went into a store and it sold only crystals and bandanas. Yeah,
dude, that's like if you're doing a Bob's Burgers version of Martha, and they have like the store next to Bob Burgers, and it's like crystals and bandanas.
Literally so. It sounds like something out of Portlandia. It's just like so fake. It's real. They only sell crystals, and then the bandanas had these like silk prints on them. And then like screen prints. I mean, guess how much the bandanas were?
I don't know, like $70.
Yep.
Why not?
No, it was really good. Yeah, $70. Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, they also sold hats.
Things are gonna cost $70.
And they also sold hats, and I admittedly would love to own a beaver pelt hat or beaver fur hat. You know what I mean?
Like with the whole.
No.
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking skin cap.
Like that's the fur. Like it's waterproof, so it beads off of it. Like all the guys I know who like have nice cowboy hats have beaver fur hats.
Oh, okay.
So the water beads off it, so you can wear it in the rain like a real cowboy, you know. And just like
that actually sounds sick.
Smoking a cigarette, trudging through the rain with a cowboy hat on. What's up, brother? You know, like
dude, we should start a Patreon, and just our goal is 2 beaver skin cowboy hats.
Yes.
We'll trudge through the rain, smoking unfiltered
100%.
cigarettes, and go, "Sup, brother."
Yeah, you guys buy us the hats. We'll get ourselves the cancer. That's what we want.
We will trudge through the rain, no problem.
So we went to the crystal store, and like all the other art galleries just sold like rare photos of like women nude in the 1960s. That's all it was.
Yeah.
So it was just like nude people's grandmas and like crystals and bandanas, and then like $400 hats, and then like pearl snap shirts that like my grandfather would have worn. He probably did wear, and they were charging like, and they were selling them for like 160 a pop. Like it was brutal. So then we drove to Terlingua. We get to Terlingua, and that's like, I would recommend staying in Terlingua over Marfa if you would like to be more connected to nature. It's more elevated, and so you're really more in the mountains as opposed to like the plateau. Like in Marfa, it's like flat, like it's a level ground, and you can get to Big Bend in an hour. But like Marfa to Terlingua, you have to go around the entire state park, so it's like 2 hours, and that's on the complete other side. I think it's a much better experience to stay in Terlingua. It was great, dude. We stayed in this little metal trailer, which was great because it rained one day, and the desert's brutal. Like one day it got up to 102 degrees in the afternoon, and then 2.5 hours later, like when we woke up, it was like 61 degrees. Then it got up to 102, and then 2 hours after that, it got down to about like 78, and the wind was over 40 miles an hour and was raining. Like it hurt your skin. Like it was like pelting us. We had to stay in the metal. Like we were like, thank God we rented a trailer as opposed to a tent. Like all the tents were getting their shit rocked.
Raining tiny knives.
Yeah, it's like the desert is uninhabitable. Like it's not meant.
Dude, I wish like lizards could talk and be like, these fucking gentrifiers from Austin.
Yeah.
Oh, How do you guys live like this? Yeah, no shit, the desert's uninhabitable.
We yeah, but it was great. Also, buy your art from Terlingua. Like I got I got 4 paintings in Terlingua. Each of them were like a fourth of the price of what something very similar in Marfa is. It was great. Like the people in Marfa were just so much more down to earth. We saw Gil Prather, like a really famous country singer, for free at this restaurant. It was fantastic.
Oh, that's really sick.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Like the other highlight was one day we hiked we were supposed to hike an 11-mile trail, and if you're gonna hike, do not hike. There's 2 parks. There's a Big Bend State Park and the Big Bend National Park. Don't hike the state park. Just like everything Texas, they do not fund anything, so they do not fund the upkeep of the trails. So the trails look like shit, and like the signs are all fallen and knocked over. And like typically they're supposed to go in there and spray paint like yellow trail, like in yellow spray.
Yeah, bro, but you can't mess with Texas.
Yeah, you're supposed to spray paint markers to remind the campers or the hikers that they're on the right trail. So we got lost even with maps. And like I look at my phone and it's like the pedometer, and it's like this trail is only supposed to be 11 miles and we're on mile 13 and a half. And so then eventually we get at it, we like the trail, we like get done with the hike, and but we're like lost, and we're like, our car's supposed to be right here, and it's like 102, we're lost. And so we like ask, like we like pull his car over, and we're like, we don't know where the parking lot is, can you give us a ride there? And he's like, yeah, it's right here. And he drives us like 2 minutes. Like, and we were like so close to our cars, dude. And we were like hopeless. We were like, we're gonna die out here, dude. Like
That's a good experience. That's a good desert experience.
We drank like over 3 gallons of water during that hike, dude. We were just like, because the guy was like, you guys gotta need to be more careful. And we're like, we planned accordingly. It's just he's like, yeah, y'all shouldn't hike the state park. Like they don't upkeep the trails. Like people get lost out there all the time. Like he's like, if you're gonna hike the national park, like they actually take care of the trails. They actually make sure the signs are standing up there. They like do a good job to make sure like the trails actually like indicate what the map looks like. Like don't hike the state park. And so we meet this, and so the old guy who gave us a ride was this really cool dude from Eric, and he's this old hippie, and he has like his dog named Rebound. And he's like, after my second wife, I just have Rebound, just me and Rebound. And he's just like this hippie, and he's from Austin. He's like staying out there, and he has like Black Lives Matter like written on the back of his truck, because the truck pulls over, and we're like, oh fuck, this could be like like some like serial killer. Instead, it's just like this like really progressive like BLM hippie, with long hair. Whoa. And he he was like literally an angel, dude. He was great. Yeah. He had a Bible on the dashboard. He was great. He gave us a ride. So we took him out to dinner the next day, and he just talked our ears off. It was fantastic. And
dude, that's a cool thing to do.
And he was like the star of the town, dude. Like the word got around that he like rescued us, And so people were like, y'all are the dumb kids in Austin who got lost, right? Like Eric and Rebound had to save y'all. And we're like, yeah. And he had a shirt that said normal, which is hold on, I want to make sure I get the acronym correct.
Yeah, I love how many details of this are just like straight out of a country song.
Yeah. Yes.
Got the Bible on the dash, BLM on the back.
And so he had a
shotgun.
He was a founder of the Texas chapter of NORML, which is NORML. Now,
the weed thing.
National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws. And he's wearing a T-shirt that says NORML 50th Anniversary Founding Member. So everyone who's like, and everyone smokes weed out in Terlingua. It's like a hippie. It's like the hippie Marfa.
Yeah.
Like the Marfa's like the real uppity Westlake of West Texas, and Terlingua is just like the chill, real one, And so people are just smoking joints and blunts everywhere, and they're like, dude, thank you for your service. They treated him like a veteran because it said founding member, and they're like, good deal, man. Like, you're the best, Yeah. So we're like walking with him, and like we were able to like cut in line in places. Like he was like, dude, yeah, he was a fucking celebrity.
That's So, dude, being a local celebrity in a small town has way more perks than being a legitimate celebrity.
And he like spends half his time in Austin. So he's like, if y'all ever want to go to a Black Pumas concert, let me know. And he's like,
dude, watch him be like 32.
He's like, no, he was
just all part of his aesthetic.
Yeah, I mean, he's like for sure 65, but he's like, man, I love Black Pumas. That's my favorite Austin band. And he's like, if y'all ever want to see the Black Pumas, let me know, man.
Yeah, I'll drive that for Black Pumas.
He's like, I'll drive in back to Austin because I have a little house out there.
Dude, I wonder if I could rent his house.
Dude, right?
Unrelated.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Eric. Saved our lives. We were like,
that's so funny.
We were like so lost. We're like, the car should be right here. And he's like, yeah, it's like a 2-minute drive from here. I got y'all.
Yeah, well, a 2-minute drive can be, if you go the wrong way, 5 minutes, then 1.
But yeah, we at that point we had been hiking for like over 5 hours, and we had been doing over 2 miles extra as 102 in a different place. No cell phone service, by the way.
No way. Yeah, of course not.
So we're using these paper maps, and we're like, it should be, and we were like just right there. It was so embarrassing. It's like, God damn it. Thank you, sir. Thank you. He's like, I'm gonna save you my phone to Sam Rescue.
Sam Rescue. You have like a full United States map.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, according to the scale, we are 2 fingers.
And one pinky nail. I'm one pinky nail. If I'm one pinky nail away from the Mississippi River, then I should be. And I should be 1/10 of a pinky nail from the car.
Did you tell him that y'all did stand up?
Eventually, because he's like, yeah, like he's like, yeah, I'm from Austin. Like, we're like, you're a Black Pumas fan? He's like, yeah, I win free tickets all the time, man. I'm a big fan of KLBJ. I listen to Matt and Bob and Dudley in the morning, and I win tickets all the time, man. And we're like, yeah. And he's like, oh, we know. He's like, we know Matt Bearden. He's like, oh, yeah. And you're like, yeah, we're comedians. And he's like, oh, that's cool, man. I've been to Cap City comedy shows. And yeah, he's just a cool guy, man.
Cool guy.
Cool guy, Eric.
I love that, man. I want to hang out with Eric.
Dude, yeah, whenever he's back, let's all get, in your back, let's all get, like, dinner or something and go see some live music.
Hey.
He's who I want to be for sure in, like, 40 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, sorry, Eric, Black Pumas aren't in town. Is Spoon all right? He just gets in his car and peels out.
Man.
Spoon.
Fuck Spoon. All right, well, that's enough of the Big Ben story. You want to close, or tell me what's up, what else you have? I don't know. I'm trying to think of, yeah, it was a great trip, man. We just cooked all of our meals on a propane stove, except for when we went to the restaurant and saw Gil Prather. It was a good time, man.
Cool. I have a few little dumb things, but honestly, I'd rather hear that story about the girl with the multiple hair colors that told you about the rock bottom. You started telling me about it before the podcast, and then you cut off.
Okay.
With the promise.
I had some shows this weekend. Thanks if you came out to the ones at Hotel Vegas was Friday, and then Blue Starlight Movie Drive-In was Saturday. And I did this joke in my act about being sober and how I have a very lame rock bottom. So I was like, anyone else sober? And this girl raised her hand. She had like tattoos and her hair was multiple colors. And I was like, based on the tattoos and the hair being multiple colors, like your rock bottom's probably like really. And everyone like laughs at her expense, and she's laughing. And her best friend is like, it's true. And then I was like, damn. And I was like, is this your best friend? And she's like, she used to be, like we're all laughing or whatever.
Oh, she's getting her.
And she's like, she's like, I won't tell you it now, but talk to me after the show. So she talked, after the show, I was like, hey, thanks for being a good sport. Thanks for coming out to the show or whatever. And I was like, so what, if you don't want to tell me, what's your rock bottom story? And she's like, yeah. Well, basically, I've been partying really hard my senior year of high school. I was the valedictorian of my high school, and I got into UT. I decided to start partying, and I was with my ex-boyfriend at the time, and I was pretty drunk from partying all night, drinking all night the night before, and I had to go to the doctor's office for a checkup. So then he and she's like, I'm really jacked up on other stuff. I don't want to like get her in trouble. She's like, I just, but I have a prescription for Xanax, and I decided to like have one to mellow me out. And so then I take that, and then I like crash head on into a school bus. Like she drove into a school full blown. I'm not going to do the story justice. We got to have her on and tell the story correctly. But she collides into a school bus.
Is it funnier if the little folding stop arm was out when she collided with it?
100%. And it's one of the blinking ones.
Yeah.
And there's like a guy with like a little ice cream thing with bells. She kills him too. No, that didn't happen. But she she collided into a school bus at like 11 a.m. or something like that. And none of the kids were hurt. But
wait, at 11 a.m., they were probably on their way to a field trip or something.
I think so, yeah. Yeah,
they're trying to go to the aquarium.
They're going to the science mill, Yeah. We're going to get to pet the manta rays at the at the aquarium. And and she collided into a school bus. And she's at UT now. She's sober. She's got her life together. She's a good egg. I hope she listens to the show. Shout out. But she showed me a picture. I have it on my phone now. Whenever she was in the hospital, like her parents had to go through the car to like claim stuff, like, oh, that's her wallet, it's her backpack. And they found a bit of shrapnel, like a yellow piece of the school bus in her car that had in the back seat that had like cut through. So, like the headrest on the driver's seat, like the driver's seat was like sliced and it had gone through there. It's gone through the windshield and gone through, it skimmed by the side of the passenger, or the headrest of the driver's seat. So it just missed your head by an inch. And it's in the back. And so there's a big chunk of like yellow metal shrapnel from a school bus. And on it was like a chunk of pink hair. Yeah.
Oh!
Dude, yeah. Yeah, and she's like,
that's amazing.
I really can't see it because the hair grew over, but I have like a scar on my head from.
She came so close to dying in so many ways.
So many ways.
Like if the head-on collision wasn't enough, the freaking landmine level of loose metal.
Like
blasting. Oh my god.
We've got to get her on, and dude, the stories just didn't end because she's like from Hungary. And her best friend is from Romania, dude. And they were just telling me the craziest stories, like childhoods of growing up right after the Soviet bloc, collapsed. And like,
what is this person?
Both of them. I'm like, I hung out with them. I got them dinner after the show. I was like,
is that your new thing now? You're getting strangers dinner?
Yeah, dude. That's what it's in 2021. That's actually the move.
I can't drink anymore, so I'm buying strangers dinner.
All the money that I have left over from buying people drinks, I can just buy meals now and hear their stories, I'm like, fuck, between Eric and then Hannah and Julia from the show, dude, shout out to them. Like, it was crazy. Like, she was telling me about, like, if I'm still processing the shrapnel photo. And she's like, yeah, but here's a crazy photo of me at 11. And it's a photo of her in, like, a Hello Kitty jacket. She's holding a blowtorch, and there's, like, a slaughtered pig on a table in Hungary. And she's like, I was living in Hungary with my parents and my grandparents, and we all went in on a pig with the neighboring farms. So we spent all summer, feeding it and getting it real big. And then come October, it was time to kill it so we'd have meat for the winter. So we all took turns slaughtering it. So the children had to take turns blowtorching the hair off the pig. So I was on blowtorch duty. And it's like a photo of her, like 11 years old. And she's got like a pink puffy jacket, like a little like earmuffs. And she's just like blowtorching the hair off a pig so that they can. And then she's like, yeah, my dad was on intestines duty. I'm like, god damn, like
intestines. I will never be on intestines duty in my life.
The craziest story. So her friend, who's from Romania, had the craziest animal guts story I've ever heard. So like in Europe, like we have like shrimp. Like we're in Texas, we have like Gulf Coast shrimp, which are like shrimp size. They're shrimpy. They're little. And like Europe, they get like prongs, like because they live off the Baltic Sea, So in the Baltic, they have prawns. So their shrimp are like 4 times the size of our shrimp, right?
Yeah.
But it's the same animal, same protein, same meat, same like legs, shapes, anatomies, everything the same. They're just wigger. And so her parents went to like the seafood
Yeah, I
market.
thought Drake and Josh Really Big Shrimp.
What's that?
That's a Drake and Josh movie called Really Big Shrimp.
Really big shrimp, yes.
Yeah.
So they get these really big shrimp, and she wakes up in the middle of the night, and she's like, I need a snack. And when she was asleep, her parents were like preparing the shrimp for lunch the next day. So they scooped all the eyeballs out. So like the shrimp are in the refrigerator, but there's a bowl of shrimp eyes that are like this big. And for some reason she thought it was caviar. So she just like gets a slice of fresh bread and puts like some cheese on it and some butter. And she's like, I'm going to have some caviar. So she just takes like a spoonful of shrimp eyes. And the next day she's like, what the fuck is that in that bowl? And they're like, did you eat that? And she's like, I thought it was caviar. And
okay, I don't want to like make any insensitive jokes, but if you're going in on a pig to share for the winter, you don't have giant bowl of caviar on the kitchen counter.
her parents made fun of her. They're like, her parents were literally like, for your birthday, we bought you fruit. Like, do you think we have like caviar money?
Dude, she should have a podcast. What are we doing?
I know. I told them, I was like, both of y'all need to have a pod. I was like, y'all need to come on to the LDF podcast and talk about y'all's traumatic, insane Soviet childhoods. Like, what the fuck?
That's so sick, dude. I hope she kept that piece of shrapnel.
She did. Yeah. Yeah. With her permission, I'll share it on the LDF Instagram, and we'll get her on the show because it's insane.
Yeah, I want to hold the shrapnel. I want to hold it, just see what it feels like.
Yeah, dude, I'll send you the picture. It's insane.
That's so crazy.
That's a pretty good way to end the show, man.
Yeah,
just stories of me meeting strangers with good stories.
Strong ad.
Started stronger, talking about the Wagner family vacation, and ended pretty good with the weird traveling tales, man.
Yeah, usually we do this sort of recap after we've stopped recording, but you know what?
Pull the curtain back. This is an extra 2 minutes for the audience. Usually they only get 60 minutes.
Today they're getting 62 or whatever.
Hell yeah. All right, everybody. Check out Beamed In at the Velveeta Room. It's the first Friday of every month at the Velveeta Room.
New venue.
What's that? Yeah, new venue. No, it's Beamed In. It's Andrew's monthly showcase. First Friday of every month, 11 p.m. at the Velveeta Room on 6th and Red River. Check out my show. It's on Instagram at Thrive Comedy Hour. Thrive Comedy Hours every Wednesday at 8. At Sam Castillo.jpg for my live shows, at Andrew __ Wagner for Andrew's live shows. Tell a friend about the pod. You good, Andrew?
Yeah, no, you nailed it.
Hell yeah. All right, we'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Later, dog.